Hello there, my name is Retro. Let's talk about animation. Today we're going to talk about a new anime series called Onimusha. And this anime series actually is based on an old game franchise who has like three games and two spin-off series. One of what I think is the Game Boy Advance and one PSP. But all of that is sort of forgotten. It's one of those franchises that came back like a year ago, made a HD remastered for the first game, and that sort of surprised everybody. Like, why you bring this old franchise? Like, you can make another sequel or reboot the franchise. We didn't understand that till this dropped this year. This new adaptation of the original franchise, at least the first game. Now, this is sort of a good adaptation of the first game. I have played the game for over, I don't know, like 20 years ago. I sort of remember it because it's one of those games that when you play it, it was sort of moody, dark, interesting, but also sort of kind of clinky because it's sort of a really old, sort of 90s and 2000 game, so you can expect the CGI be sort of iffy, but all of that is a good adaptation as the game. I have to say, yes, in a way, because the game, at least the original one, the first one, it was basically 4 hours gameplay. It's not that long. It's very short. So I was surprised this season one has 8 episodes adapting the first game. And I was sort of surprised how you can adapt that. I mean, don't have much story because the story of the original is basically this sort of samurai have to sort of stop this demon taking over the Lord's mansion. He goes inside the mansion and things goes wrong because you notice you have demons, so he had to take care of them and look for his lord and fix everything. And that's it. That's basically the story because the story is not that long. So I'm wondering what they can actually do with that. Well, they decided to kind of reset it to the very beginning of that event because the beginning of the game, you really have the glove. Someone give it to you. You had to go inside the castle, and you think they gotta start there, but no. They go a little bit more back. They give it a few more days or weeks ago before you go to the mansion to see what's actually going on. In fact, you see this sort of samurai called I can't say his name, just call me Samurai for right now, that he's sort of getting the gauntlet. The sort of only gauntlet that give him special abilities to kill other demons, but he yet doesn't know what is this thing. Of course, as a fan or semi-fan of the franchise, you kind of know what's going to go on next. But this one, they make the anime sort of interesting because it leaves sort of a mystery why this samurai needs the gauntlet and also summon a bunch of other samurais to investigate this other samurai who went rogue. And that's sort of the mystery start in the first, I'd say, 4 or 5 episodes. They try and understand, okay, what's going on? What's this demon? Why he was joining this sort of group? Because our main lead character asked the main leader, okay, I'm sort of questioning here. You have this bunch of group who are not as well experienced than you and I. It's sort of weird, especially this sort of mission that is sort of kind of off and weird. You expect to, I don't know, well experienced samurai like us, instead of giving your sort of students instead, and reveal as a twist, oh no, he's a demon. He sacrificed everybody. And our main MC trying to slicing and dicing and trying to figure out, okay, now what else to do? We have to figure out why he become a demon. We have to locate this other samurai who sent him to kill us. And this sort of came this sort of rope trade a bunch of samurai stop being demon. Think of it sort of Despicable 7, or no, what's it called? Samurai 7. Or if you're American, you watch the American version called the Niftical 7. Sorry, I can't say the name correct. They made a sort of a remake of that movie a couple of years ago, but it didn't went that well. But besides that, it's sort of that, especially our main character, because he is sort of that main lead of the original old movie, The Seven Samurai. He has the same look, the same swagger. Especially our character, he is sort of a manly man, but not that sort of, oh, a real man does this. No, like, people are sort of misunderstand what a real man actually means. Like he says things well filtered. Like he sees something, he says it well in excuse. That's because it's how he looks at. Like it's how I see it. He's sort of an asshole, but sort of honestly. Like he says, "Run in your face." He doesn't like you, but he respects you. That's sort of what I mean. He's sort of the original man's man. That he could be weak, but also sensitive, also kind of funny because this anime has a sense of humor that is interesting. But on top of this, I love the sort of fighting style of this anime because it's not like an anime over top. I mean, it is, but the fighting is sort of realistic of the time period that you slash like 2 seconds. You have 2 3 seconds to react to counteract that slash, or you gotta die. But they use sort of moments that sort of overpowering attacks, sort of anime moments that just have to be just anime. But they make sure only do that when you feel it needs to feel overpowered or a character can defeat him because it's so overpowering. So they have no choice to use this sort of gauntlet. But I love it is sort of the team aspect of it because all the characters are sort of not sure what to do. They know they have a mission to stop this samurai, or at least investigate what's actually going on, but not realize this became sort of kind of defeat the demon, supernatural sort of detective sort of situation. And none of them are actually prepared because they're not well trained enough. They have experience, but they're not willing to give things up or sacrifice. And I like that sort of dynamic of all the characters because you have sort of questioned themselves if it is worth it or not. We should run away, get back up. But I love that they use a sort of common knowledge of that period. If they don't do their job, their boss will cut their heads off. So yeah, you can see what I mean. They have common sense. There's sort of logic, especially if you don't know that Pacific Japanese time period. If they actually do talk about that sort of, oh, we don't listen to our lord or master, they could basically banish us or cut our heads off or fix this up. A lot of politics, but use a very little, but just enough to explain why they really must do certain things. But yet, it's just sort of interesting, especially the animation. The animation is pretty good because the animations have this sort of wannabe 2D animation blend with CGI that you can actually do, but they have this sort of kind of watercolor feel, but over shading feel. It's something like Zelda, the one about the river, the game of Zelda that you have to go to island. I can't remember the name of the game, or better yet, number 13. That game is all shaded. Think of those type of games, but in anime form, especially this type of anime. Imagine that, but done so well. But it feels sort of comic booky in a way, almost like a graphic novel. But everything just works. Only complaint I have to say is sort of the pacing because this season has 8 episodes. So yeah, you don't think you need 8 episodes. I feel they just need to cut one episode, give it 7, so given that better pacing, that sort of, oh, we have to hurry up to make this sort of more perfect. That's the only complaint I have. Now, it's close to the original game. I have to say, not really. They add a lot of stuff, but at the same time, the original game is just 4 hours, so it's kind of obvious they have to add a lot of stuff because they have to add more backstory about our main lead, what happened to all the wars, how he became sort of a sort of manly asshole, but still have his sort of things to deal with, but also how he kind of get close to the other group members. But of course, they have a sassy humor that is sort of makes sense. Like they have like, oh, like our main lead character, like he's a badass, but he's fear of heights. So then the older group trying to pass one point into the other side of the bridge, he panics, he freaks out. His coolness, his badness, throw out the trash because he's just freaking out, can't cross it. But I love it. They only do this only the very beginning of the episode or very end, or it's kind of like a slowdown. They're trying to keep their breath up just to chill a little bit. They do only that moments to have that kind of relief moments. But I love it is sort of the human aspect of it. Like sort of, should we do something? Should we not? I think that's why it works so well. Of course, you're wondering, is this like kind of like Castlevania level of great adaptation? Not great adaptation. It's almost like I said before, it's just 4 hours, but it is that good. It's almost at the level of Castlevania, but it's like under it. But yet you can't really complain because it's done so well. It's just so enjoyable. It's just the pacing, like some moments a little bit too fast, some moments a little bit too slow. But that's the only complaint I have. Everything this show is just fun, interesting, deep. You actually like the characters. You feel compelled, even that have some death scenes. You got surprised, like legitimately. There are moments that a character talks, and a second they're dead. You're just like, what the? Like you want to cuss in that moment because you were sort of shocked and surprised. But yeah, you have other moments just want to laugh because you really enjoy the camaraderie in the group. But all that, I had a great time, especially if you're a fan of gore. It's very gory, very messy, over the top, perfect kills. But all that, I really can't say much. It's like a lot of things you have fun with it. But all that, how you felt about this anime? Do you're original fan of the franchise? Are you disappointed? You like it? You feel it's not close to the original lore? Even that it doesn't have much lore to talk about. At least the first game. The other sequels is a different story. But all of that, did you like this adaptation? You think it's equally as good as Castlevania? To me, it's close to it. It's like one of those, if I make an anime adaptation, if I can't make Castlevania, I prefer it be like this. Like close enough, but yet you have fun enough. Something you understand the material. Other than that, I really got much to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.